In this video, we're going to show you how to smoke some chicken. It'll be very basic and easy using a Brinkman Smoker. Step 1, figure out which kind of meat you're going to go ahead and smoke. In this case, I'm going to do some chicken thighs. I get them at Walmart, get like a 5 or 10 pound bag. Doesn't cost all that much. The real trick with these, try to thaw them. You know, don't go straight from freezer out to trying to smoke them. And make sure, before you put them on, try to coat them in a light thing of olive oil or vegetable oil of some sort. It's going to help you out. It's going to lock in all that juiciness, keep you from ending up with basically jerky. So here's our great value, all natural chicken thighs. Turns out it's a 4 pound bag, but you know, depends upon what you're doing. Ideally you want to fill your smoker pretty well because of the cost of running it. In my case I use charcoal, propane, electric, pretty much similar as far as the basic concepts. So I'm going to take these out, thaw them, and then coat them up with some olive oil. Nothing special as far as the olive oil goes. I keep it in the fridge. Your opinion may vary as to how wise or unwise that is, but this is the My Essentials Pure Olive Oil. I think it comes from Target. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Oil's oil for this purpose. Olive oil is supposed to be a little healthier for you, so why not? So if you realize that you forgot to take your chicken out and thaw it the night before like I did, just get yourself some nice hot water, which in this case it's not hot yet. Once you have hot water, fill yourself a nice, nice deep pot, or just use your sink. In this case I'm going to use the pot. If it was, quite a bit more, I'd use just the whole sink. Fill it up, let it sit in there for like 10 minutes. Make sure you move it around. Don't let it sit stagnant. And your chicken will thaw pretty quickly. So here's the old Brinkman Smoker. First thing you want to do is pull all your grates out. Now whenever I cook, I go ahead and make sure, you might be able to see just a little remnant of it in the top left corner. That little grate underneath what used to be charcoal. I always use that, it gives me a more complete burn. Okay, so there's the grate I was talking about. You want to make sure you have one of these in the bottom of the chamber where you're putting your charcoal. Otherwise you don't get complete burn, you end up with a whole lot of briquettes that get started but never actually burn. They kind of suffocate. So then we're going to put a couple pounds of charcoal in. So there we go, that's what it looks like. So now we're going to get our lighter fluid out. Okay, the next thing we got to do, we got to get our water pan full of water. Even though this one looks pretty disgusting, it's all right. And make sure you fill your water pan before it starts boiling up. Wow, that was warm. Okay, now what we want to do is go ahead and we're going to go ahead and put our grill grates in. Only put in the first one so that you can get to the second one. We got our water pan 3/4 of the way full. We got our charcoal, which is rapidly lighting up for us. Now it's time to go get the food for when that finally ashes into gray and we have no flame sticking out the top. So what I did is I soaked all of these chicken thighs in a salt and garlic water brine while I was thawing them. Now they're nice and, you know, mushy and whatever you want to call it. Gotta wash my hands now. So I'm gonna take those out, throw them on after I put the burgers I want to smoke on. And yes, you can smoke burgers. What I'd like to do is 4 hours per approximate pound of everything I have on there. So I'm probably going to be running this for 6 hours or so. So now it's time to prepare our wood for smoking. In my case, I use a little bit of mesquite and a whole bunch of cherry wood. Well, it's all wood, duh. The idea is you want to soak it in some water, keep it from burning fast. This way it'll really accentuate the flavors as it starts to smoke and it won't just burn out on you immediately. The way I do this, I have my wood over here. I know somebody's going to make comments in one of the videos, but you know, I got a bag of little itty bitty chips of cherry. I love these things. And I use chunks of mesquite. And the main reason for the chunks with the mesquite, you really need a little bit more to get your flavor across. And here's what we get here, you know, nice decent piece. You know, nice, pretty good chunks. What you want to do is soak these in water for 15 or 20 minutes. I use a very little bit of water, usually warm or hot. And then I'll take the water that it was in, I'll pour it into a little piece of aluminum foil pan. You know, one of those little ones you get for next to nothing for grilling and stuff. I put that on top of the coals once everything's already hit temp. And this way it really gives me the smoke flavor I'm looking for. And here's the product that we're about ready to put out there. It's nice, it's wet, you know. I'm going to put them right in a little tin pan, throw it right on top of the hot coals. Don't put them directly on the coals. They tend to burn too quick, too fast, and too hot. You really want a long, not too hot but not too cold smoke. You really want it to last a while. Some of the commercial smokers you can get, you know, you put pellets on the top, it automatically feeds them, it automatically keeps the correct temp, and it automatically eats your wallet for a couple $1,000s. So this is a $50 Brinkman. You get a Home Depot, Walmart, wherever, and it works great. So now we're going to go ahead and just dump it right in here. Try to keep as much in the pan as possible. A lot of this stuff doesn't like to go. You got to manually fish it out of the plastic container. Try to keep everything right about the center-ish. Pieces on both sides. You'll note that I did not drain all the water off. You know, you don't want it swimming, but you don't want to drain all the water off. Charcoal over here, all nice and white. You know, that's the way you want it. And then our water pan, you can see the steam coming off of it, which is perfect. And then you can see my first layer, which is burgers. My top layer is going to be something that I'm not worried about dripping on the burgers. In this case, it's the chicken. Never put burgers on the top. They will go ahead and they'll cook down onto everything on you. And these things, they'll be awesome. I mean, they're just awesome. So don't ask me why, but every forum you look on for barbecuing, they almost always suggest leaving everything with the skin side up, which is basically what I did. We got all that ready. And then in just a second, we'll be inserting my mesquite chips and the cherry chips. So here we go. Just gonna put these right on in here. Try to push it over. Right on the side of some nice hot coals. There we go. And then we're gonna get our top on. And then get this door shut. And that's it. It's that simple. And now it's a matter of just waiting a couple hours. I like to check every hour, make sure that getting the proper temp, because you don't want to poison your friends and family. So here's the Brinkman grill and smoker. This is what I'm using, $49, Home Depot. Pretty much gets 4 out of 5 stars. Now, if you want a Rolls Royce of smokers, here's the Bradley smoker, 39-inch vertical 6 rack. Now over here, you'll notice they have an auto feeder for the smoke, you know, auto heat. Yeah, whatever, you know. It's a Rolls Royce of smokers. If it were a car, you know, it'd be like a Porsche versus a Hyundai. You know, both will get you to work. One will kill you on the insurance and the other one sure won't. So, you know, something to think about if you're truly lazy. I'd rather just go out there every once an hour or so and just give it a peek. Make sure the temp's up where it ought to be. And, you know, they both have their purpose. They both have their particular viewers. But you'll notice that everybody's given this a 5-star. And for the price, of course they are. You'd expect nothing less. So now that it's been running for about 10-15 minutes, let's check the temp. And from the looks, we're spot on. Just what we want. It's that ideal, the way it ought to be. And we're good to go. So, yummy. So, it's 4:10 now. We'll come back in a while and give it another peek. So, just checking on everything. I added a couple more briquettes and we get pretty good burn out of our wood for the smoking. And if we come up here, we can look at our chicken, and the color looks pretty bright on this. But yeah, I don't know why brightness is way off on this camera. It's like a golden brownish up here. But underneath there we got our burgers that are coming out pretty nice. So, Okay, so now it's a little later, and our chicken is finally starting to look right. Yummy. And our hamburgers in the bottom. Not too bad either. So, let's pull them out. Let them cool. And here's a nice picture of the nice golden brown we get. Burger. You know, nice, even coloring. If you were to cut one of these open, they're pink layer on the inside from the smoke. Just awesome.